We have to rewrite every single high school textbook on the planet Earth. The universe is not me. Has NASA seen something that they don't want us to know? Recently, NASA shocked viewers by dropping a bombshell about our moon that left scientists speechless. What did their latest scans reveal hidden beneath the lunar surface? The truth about what's up there might change everything we thought we knew. The shocking press conference that started it all. The science world is still reeling after what happened last month. During what should have been a routine NASA press briefing about the Artemis moon program, renowned physicist Michio Kaku stunned everyone present. Normally composed and methodical, Kaku appeared visibly uncomfortable when asked about recent lunar scans. His usual confidence vanished as he carefully chose his words, telling reporters that certain findings require further investigation before public discussion. The room fell silent. NASA officials quickly redirected the conversation, but the damage was done. Leaked footage shows Kaku being escorted from the stage by agency representatives after attempting to elaborate on a question about structural anomalies detected beneath the lunar surface. What exactly did he see in that data? Former NASA engineer Thomas Mitchell, who resigned from the agency last year, raised eyebrows when he tweeted that Kaku's reaction was entirely appropriate given what was found. The tweet was deleted within hours, but screenshots have circulated widely online. Science communicators who have worked with Kaku for decades noted his abrupt cancellation of several scheduled TV appearances following the press conference, with one producer anonymously stating that Kaku cited personal obligations to review sensitive material as his reason for backing out. When Kaku finally reappeared 2 weeks later on a science podcast, listeners noticed he avoided all moon-related questions. Despite the host's repeated attempts to address the topic, no one expected what happened that Tuesday morning at NASA headquarters. Michio Kaku, the famous physicist we've seen smiling on TV shows for years, walked into the room looking pale and tired. Reporters noticed right away something was wrong. This wasn't the calm, confident Kaku they knew. When questions turned to recent moon scans, the room temperature seemed to drop. Kaku's hands trembled slightly as he shuffled his notes. NASA officials exchanged worried glances. Instead of his usual clear explanations, Kaku gave short, careful answers, avoiding details about what the lunar orbiter had discovered. The real shock came when a reporter asked about strange patterns detected beneath the lunar surface. Kaku froze for 17 uncomfortable seconds. He stared at his papers before a NASA official stepped in. Minutes later, Kaku was escorted from the stage mid-question. Videos of this moment spread online immediately. Body language experts pointed out his unusual behavior, noting physical signs of stress. 3 scheduled TV appearances were cancelled that week. When he finally reappeared in public days later, everyone noticed he wouldn't answer any moon questions, changing the subject whenever it came up. The strange lunar density readings that can't be explained. NASA's latest generation of lunar mapping satellites has revealed something that defies conventional scientific understanding. Using advanced density scanning technology, the orbiter detected massive concentrations below the lunar surface that don't match any known natural formation. These aren't small anomalies. We're talking about readings 5 times denser than the surrounding moon rock, concentrated in eerily regular patterns beneath the Shackleton crater near the South Pole. When the data was first processed, scientists assumed equipment malfunction. 3 separate calibrations later, the readings remained unchanged. The density signature doesn't match metallic asteroid remnants, volcanic formations, or any other natural lunar feature documented over decades of moon research. Most concerning to researchers was the discovery that these density clusters appear to be arranged in geometric configurations that statistical analysis placed well outside the probability range for natural formation. The scientific team assigned to analyze the data requested additional scans from different orbital positions only to find the exact same patterns repeated with perfect precision. Michio Kaku was among the first civilian scientists granted access to this data, and sources claim he spent 3 full days reviewing the findings before his public appearance. Particularly troubling to researchers was the discovery that the formations appear to change position slightly over time, something that should be impossible for geological features. The scientific paper documenting these movements was scheduled for publication in a prestigious journal but was mysteriously withdrawn without explanation. Several team members involved in the density analysis have gone completely silent on social media, with one researcher removing all professional affiliations from their online profiles. NASA's newest moon satellites found something that has scientists scratching their heads. The machines detected spots under the moon's surface that are incredibly dense, 5 times heavier than the moon rock around them. At first, everyone thought the equipment was broken. They checked everything 3 times. The readings stayed the same. These dense patches sit about 18 miles below the Shackleton crater near the moon's south pole. What makes scientists nervous isn't just how dense these spots are, but how they're arranged. The patterns form perfect geometric shapes, straight lines, exact angles, and precise circles. Nature doesn't usually work this way. Even stranger, when they scanned again weeks later, these dense areas had slightly moved while keeping their perfect shapes. Scientists first thought these might be leftover chunks from asteroid hits or old lava flows. But the material doesn't match either explanation. It's too dense, too perfectly arranged, and it shouldn't be moving at all. The research team that found this asked for more scans from different angles. Each new scan showed the exact same patterns. Most of the original research team has gone quiet on social media, and their planned scientific paper mysteriously disappeared before publication. The mysterious radio emissions that NASA can't explain. For years, NASA has detected weak radio signals coming from the moon. These were always dismissed as background interference or equipment issues, until now. New, highly sensitive instruments on the latest lunar orbiter picked up something impossible to ignore: structured radio pulses emerging from the exact location of those strange density readings. The signals follow patterns that scientists can't attribute to known natural phenomena. They're not random static, solar interference, or instrument error. They repeat at regular intervals that match no known cosmic or geological cycle. What's really got people talking is how these radio bursts intensified dramatically just before Koku's press conference appearance. Recording equipment on the lunar orbiter captured a 30-second transmission that contained what analysts call non-random sequencing patterns that suggest information rather than natural noise. When this data crossed Koku's desk, insiders say he immediately cancelled all appointments for the day and called an emergency meeting with several colleagues who specialize in signal processing. The radio emissions share frequency characteristics with nothing in NASA's extensive database of known signals. Even more bizarrely, the strength of these transmissions seems to fluctuate in perfect synchronization with Earth's position relative to the Moon, reaching peak intensity during lunar eclipses. One researcher who spoke anonymously claimed the signal strength has been steadily increasing over the past 3 months, which would rule out any echo effect from previous human missions. NASA has installed specialized equipment at 3 major radio telescopes specifically to monitor these emissions. And rumor has it that the data is being processed in real time by advanced pattern recognition software typically used to search for extraterrestrial intelligence signals. For years, NASA picked up weak radio noise from the moon, always brushing it off as equipment problems or background space static. That changed when their newest moon satellite picked up something impossible to ignore. The satellite detected clear radio pulses coming from the exact same spots as those strange dense areas under the lunar surface. These aren't random bursts of static, they follow patterns that repeat every few hours with perfect timing. Scientists have checked every known natural cause, and nothing matches. What really raised alarms was how these signals suddenly got stronger right before Koku's strange press conference. The satellite recorded a 30-second burst that contained what looks like an organized sequence, more like information than random noise. Even weirder, the signals get strongest during lunar eclipses when Earth blocks sunlight from hitting the moon. They also seem to be getting stronger each month, growing about 4% more powerful with each recording. NASA quietly installed special listening equipment at 3 major Earth radio telescopes to track these emissions around the clock. The patterns don't match any known human broadcast, natural space phenomenon, or equipment interference. Scientists working on this data must now sign special papers promising not to share what they're hearing.